You ever see people that's in the gym working out real hard? They're consistently showing up, hitting the treadmill, hitting the weights, but something is just not adding up. Their body has not transformed, or they haven't got the body that they want. Probably one main factor, and that is poor nutrition habits. So today we're going to go over solutions that can help you get over that hump and really transforming your body. All right, to break through that plateau that you're going through. One of the things that I find that's common, or the common denominator with people that I come in contact with, and even my clients as well, is that they underestimate how much they eat. Whenever I ask them how much you're eating, they'll tell me, but they can't give me a specific number, exactly how much calories they're consuming, what's their macros, because they don't know. And as the saying goes, if you're tracking, you're lacking, right? And that's one of the things. So another thing too that people underestimate is our snacks and the kind of snacks that they consume. For example, some people may want to eat a handful of peanuts. Peanuts are very fattening, right? So I think, let's say if it says an eighth, right? 1/8 equals XYZ. They will take a handful. So that's more than that. That's almost like 4 times the amount. So they're thinking it's something light or small that they can just go to ease their craving. But in reality, those pounds or calories are adding up. And this is why they can't break through. Even putting a lot of sugar in your coffee, for example, things like that. Those small things will add up the calories. You even put like salad dressing, a lot of salad dressing on your salad. Barbecue sauce, for example. I'm not saying you got to go cold turkey and not have a little flavor in your food, but this is something that you just have to be mindful of. All right. So another thing too is processed foods. One thing when I try to tell my clients, especially if they're cutting and they want to break through, they have to stay off of the processed food, eat more natural foods, right? So whether it's fast food, frozen meals, and sugary drinks, I know that that's a convenient way to eat and go about things, and they're inexpensive, but it's gonna be expensive in the long run when you're not able to get the gains or the results that you want. All right. So your body can't transform if you keep eating or keep feeding your body low quality fuel, right? You just have to be more intentional on what you eat. Think of your body as a high powered machine or car. You're not going to put the cheapest gas in it. You want to put the right kind of gas so you get the best type of performance out of your body. And that's how we have to look at food as a source of fuel to get us to point A to point B in the best manner. All right. A lot of things too, even I struggle with this sometimes, is that I'll skip meals. I won't eat the amount necessary for me to perform at my optimal at my optimal, right? So some people think by skipping meals it's discipline. Is really not. It's actually you being inconsistent, and it's being disguised as effort. So you definitely don't want to do that. You know, when you skip meals, you're not eating less. You actually, and most people eat skip meals and then they binge later. You don't want to do that. There's a reason why some people say eat every 2 to 3 hours. It's really to get a rhythm with your metabolism. So it's really about fixing your metabolism. That's why you eat on a pace. Everything in nature too has a rhythm, and we're after nature. So, well, nature's after us, one or the other. But if you look at nature, everything has a rhythm. You know what time the sun's gonna set. You know it's gonna rise. You know when it's gonna be spring. You know it's gonna be fall. All these things are a rhythm, and you have to follow that rhythm as well. All right. And don't forget, your body needs nutrients, and you have to be consistent in obtaining your goals. Another thing too, where people will slack off at, is that they will eat off of their emotions and not their needs. And this is a killer. A lot of people talk about their emotional eaters. They um they eat when they're stressed out. You know, these things will definitely what's the word I'm looking for? Slow up your progress or prevent you from accomplishing what you need to accomplish. All right. You got to think of yourself like you on a mission and you can't get sidetracked. And getting better control of your emotions, not just eating, but like I said, everything's connected. So if you can't control your emotions for your eating, then what else in your life that you can't control it? All right, so think about it like that. And some people eat too because they're bored. If you're bored, go read a book. Plain and simple. That's so I could say read a book. You know, but like I said, just flip the mindset from having food from being a comfort into fuel. Always think of yourself as like that high machinery, or the top quality machinery that needs the best. So you don't want to put any junk or just eat because you're bored or you're stressed. All right. Remember, everything has to be intentional. So when you master your emotions, your nutrition follows. Another thing too I like Dunkin' Donuts. I know some people eat Starbucks. Some coffee drinks, they pack on so many calories. I love a caramel latte, iced caramel latte, in the summertime, of course. But I get that once in a while because I know the effect. When you add the whipped cream, the sugar that they have in it, the milk, even the caramel topping, all that adds up. And believe you me, you're thinking, oh, I just had a coffee. No, but what type of coffee you had? Like I said, it's the details that matter. It's the little things that we do that if we just make the adjustment, will make this transition or this goal accomplished to be accomplished so much easier. So also lay off the sodas. Alcohol, definitely. If you drink, I would ask you or advise you rather to reduce that. Don't drink as much because that's empty calories and it's really having an adverse effect on your body, right? So don't replace your liquid calories alone. You want to have if you do that, you if you do this little switch these habits, your body will change within weeks. I kid you not. Another thing, I keep saying another thing. Also, what you don't want to do is start Monday. Shit, I think that's a little bit arrogant. People are like, oh, I start Monday. Who said you're gonna make it to Monday? Start now. You have the knowledge, do it now, get a head start. It's almost like New Year's resolution. I'm gonna start with a new year. Nah, start now. You know, because Monday may never come. I think the Holy Quran says, don't put off something you can do today, tomorrow. So let's start the transformation today, because you have to break the cycle. You don't need a week to start a new decision, right? So of course, when I present the problems, I'm gonna give you some solutions, some sustainable, real simple hacks that you could use that can benefit you, especially in like these 90 days. Any from 90 days, at least 90 days, you could transform your body even sooner than that. Well, you see the results sooner than that. So one, what you want to do is prioritize lean protein every meal, right? What protein does, it keeps you fuller, stabilizes your hunger, and supports your muscle, right? So, and also high fiber as well for your gut health, right? Stick to whole foods. You probably get 80-20 kind of rule, right? Track your foods for at least 7 days. Simple, get one of those fitness apps, My Fitness Pal, I use that. Track your food for a week just so you can have a baseline to understand what you're eating. Because most times, like I said, we undereat. Have conversations with people, they're under eating, they don't know, then they're thinking they're getting this much protein and it's really not. And these things right here, I'm telling you, if you're not tracking, you're slacking. Hydrate, can't forget water. Half your body weight in ounces. Misconception too is that people drink too much water, and I forgot the term for it, but it's a term that means when you lose too much salt out of your body, so you lose the electrolytes, and this is why some people always still feel thirsty even if they keep drinking a lot of water, because you're not really absorbing it. So a trick you can do to have more electrolytes, or for the water to absorb, your body to absorb the water, pardon me, is that you can put pink Himalayan salt in it, or some people even put like lemon in it sometimes as well. Uh, Meal prep, build your meals. Don't just grab. I know sometimes in this world we're always on the go. One day, take a day out the week and prepare your meals. Shout out to this content creator. I think her name is Jay Aesthetics. I heard her say this. She doesn't meal prep. She do meal ingredients where she makes a lot of different ingredients, like mix and match, and then she could prepare her meals like that. So, for example, let's say she, instead of eating chicken and broccoli and rice for like the whole week, she'll have like chicken, probably turkey, some fish. Then she'll have rice, potatoes, what's something else I could call it? Sweet potatoes, and some vegetables, and she'll just alternate them so she doesn't get bored. She keeps a variety in her meals because that's one of the concerns people always have when it's meal prepping. They think the food has to be boring, and it's totally the contrary, right? And last, you can eat with intention. You have to be intentional with your eating. No more emotional stress or bored snacking, right? And if you do snack, I would always suggest swap out the junk with like yogurt, cottage cheese, or some fruits, to keep it healthy as well. All right. So my conclusion: poor habits isn't a sign of failure. You just lack structure, you know. And with everything, you need structure in order to build a better tomorrow, right? Yeah, better tomorrow. Yeah, start today to build better tomorrow. All right. So start, like I said, this is about alignment. So work with your body, not against it. And once you get that awareness, you'll see your body transform for let to go. All right. And if you need help with meal plans and that type of structure, click the link in the description, reach out, and we make a call and see if we can work with you and get you closer to accomplishing your goals. All right. And if you feel this message, put what's the word we could look for? I'm trying to see. Um, put meals, meals in the comments, so I know that feeling this message in here. All right. So as Alchemy Fitness transfer you from let to gold. Train hard, train smart, and train safe. Peace.